Good morning. It's about 3:30 in the morning. And they just woke me up to get blood, and my nurse came in to do vitals. I'm tired. I want to go back to sleep. And my husband and my fiance just accidentally forgot to bring my sleep mask, so I've been using this to go over my eyes and try and block the light, so I'm not doing much. I will check back with you guys later when I'm a little more awake, probably around breakfast time. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is pre-op day, and that is my IV line beeping at me. It has stopped. I'm waiting for somebody to come fix that for me. About 3:30 this morning, they came and got some more blood. But for right now, it is pre-op day. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. They just came and took vitals, so now I'm awake. Breakfast will be here soon. And now, the thing about most hospitals, at least the ones I've been to in the last few years, they have a menu. You can kind of choose what you'd like. I'm kind of not really going to do that today. I'm just going to see what they bring me, because why not? But in the meantime, I figured I would show you guys. I have an IV, obviously, and then I have my wristband. And then on this arm, I have a limb alert bracelet, because I have what is called a PICC line. I don't know what PICC stands for, but it's PICC. And basically, it's a catheter that goes into my veins, so that while I had the TPN, it looked like a bag of milk to me, of nutrients, and that would tear up my veins if they were to try and put it in through the IV. So they put in the PICC line, and the PICC line is usually a minimum of a week being inserted. But it goes into my arm, and it lays pretty close to my heart is where it comes out. So at least that's what they told me. They also told me they're supposed to be able to get blood from it, but nobody touches that. I think the nurses have messed with it like once, but I'm also told that only the nurses can mess with the PICC line. So today I'm just kind of gonna see what the day brings. And yes, I know that beeping is annoying. It's annoying me too. I'm trying to tune it out. And I am sorry about that, but sorry about that. Sorry about the beeping. My IV line has stopped, and I'm waiting for somebody to come fix that. But it is pre-op day. It is the day before my surgery, and so there's pretty much a checklist of stuff that's got to go down, it's got to be done in order to make sure that I'm ready for surgery in the morning, or tomorrow, whenever they plan to do it. I don't know what time. I'm sure I'll find out later. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and the doctor usually comes around 8-ish or so. But I figured I would, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for breakfast, because they came and got blood from me at about 3:30 this morning, and then they just came and got vitals, I figured I would show you guys. My apologies. I would show you guys what I've got going on here. Right now I've got the boo-boo bandage from getting blood. I've got my ID band, and I've got an IV line, which is that thing that keeps beeping at me, on my left arm. On my right arm, I have a limb alert bracelet, which is cool, and I have the limb alert bracelet because I have a PICC line. It is a catheter that comes out about somewhere around my heart area, but I got this when they were doing the TPN bag, which is a bag of nutrients. It looked like a bag of milk. Okay, so that was pretty interesting, but it's bag full of nutrients, and they ran it over like 24 hours at a time, and I had like 2 of them that I had to do. Yeah, it was really fun trying to get to the bathroom with 2 IV poles, but they put the PICC line in because the TPN would really mess up my veins if they had tried to put it in through the IV by itself. So let's not do that. Let's save that. We'll stick a catheter in. No big, right? It really isn't. It's not a big deal. The other thing is that breakfast should be coming soon. I can't wait. I will be going NPO here after midnight, I believe. So I won't be able to have anything after midnight. But in most hospitals now that I know of, they have like a menu. You can choose what you'd like to have, basically. Now I am on a fiber restricted diet, so I have to be careful. Like, I tried like this. I wanted chicken tenders and mashed potatoes with gravy last night, and I was going to get some carrots to go with it to give myself a semblance of being healthy. I couldn't have the carrots because it was too much fiber. So I do not get to have much in the way of veggies right now. But as far as today goes, I'm not really planning to call in and choose what I want. I figured I'd just let them send what they send and see what happens, because everything that they had listed for today looks decent enough to me and doesn't look like it's going to bother me too badly. So I will see you guys when breakfast gets here, okay? Okay, so I did get breakfast, including Starbucks coffee, but it is so dang bitter, I will not be drinking that. Oh, come on. Okay, so I feel a little better now that I've got this. I'm going to sit up a little, but click. Okay, so I saw my surgeon. I just finished eating breakfast, and he told me I could have the breakfast that I had because they had already brought it to me, but I am on clear liquids for the rest of the day, and so I'm pretty sure he also told me I'm going to need to do a bowel prep. And so they just finished giving me my medications with clear liquids, of course, and I have a nice big cup of ice, little ice nuggets to chew on, because that's what I like to snack on. And then, so tomorrow we're going to do surgery a little later in the day. It's not going to be a first thing in the morning kind of procedure, but what can you do with that? So, and then it looks like, depending on if I have any infections and a few other things, 2 to 3 days of recovery in the hospital, and then I should be able to go home. And I'm telling you, I cannot freaking wait. I want to go home so bad. Last night was hard. I had a panic attack. I just wanted to go home. I miss being with my kids, and I'm just ready to go home. So that's where I'm sitting right now, is really just ready to get it done and go home. Right now, there's nothing more I can do until they bring me this bowel prep or whatever it is that I need to do for the day to get prepped and ready. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to crochet until I need to do something. This is the crocheted blanket that I am working on. And there's my yarn. My fiance brought me that yesterday. And you can see how much of it I've already gone through. So yeah. I've been a little bit bored. So this is what I'm calling the St. Vincent blanket, because if I don't finish it here, I'm never going to work on it again, in the hopes that I never have to come back, which of course is mostly a joke, but it's worth it to me. It's pretty. Okay, so since I'm up and moving around, I figured I'd show you guys my room. This is the nurse's stuff. My bags of antibiotics. There's a closet, there's a door. Sharps. This is a bathroom. Let me grab my buddy here. I've got a couple of them. See, bathroom. Yes, that is a hat in the toilet that is used to measure input and output, or INO. And this is what it looks like from my window. We've got a nice small little register thing, and there's a little cubby hole. Yeah, somebody could almost hide back there if they wanted to. Like I said, had to grab my buddy. Got my table with all my junk on it. Clear liquid diet for the rest of the day, so my regular menu is not going to cut it. We're going to set this in the windowsill. That can go there. That can also go in the windowsill. This is my ice chips that I've been chewing on all day. I like chewing on ice. And it's clear liquid, so I can have it. And a little table and a chair. This is the crochet project, the St. Vincent blanket that I've been working on since Saturday. I don't know anymore. Oh, and this is the heart monitor they have me on. I'm connected to all kinds of wires. You can see it goes under my shirt. The St. Vincent blanket, I'm about to measure it and see about how wide and how long it is already. So I'll leave you with that pretty view of the Little Rock Mall. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's the mall. So I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so I did show you guys my room and everything, and I really wanted to touch base. I did get my project measured. It's 30 inches by 28.5 inches right now. It's 30 inches wide, so. But I wanted to touch base really quick on the hat in the bathroom. And I know you can see that there's urine in it. What a hat is they are measuring my input and output. They want to make sure I'm urinating properly still. So every time I go to the bathroom, I have to urinate into that little bucket, and at the end of the day, or whenever it's full, when it's full, I let them know they come check it and empty it, but I'm not supposed to touch it. But that's what that is for. And a lot of the time, what I get asked when I say I have Crohn's disease is, oh, I know so-and-so. It could be my cousin, or it could be best friend, or this person, that person they know with Crohn's disease. And then the very next thing is, what is it? Well, what it is it is thickening and inflammation in the GI tract. It could be anywhere in the GI tract. Mine happens to be at the terminal ileum, which is where the small intestine and the large intestine meet. So what's going on right now is I have an obstruction. My intestines had thickened and become so inflamed and raw, and basically what happens when you put raw meat next to raw meat, it kind of sticks together, right? So that's basically what happened, and so my intestines actually collapsed. And so now it does not matter what I put in as far as food goes, the waste cannot come out, which is a problem. And it's very painful. Like they had, when I went to the emergency room originally, they put me on Dilaudid, which is a very, very strong pain medication, because that's how painful it can be, because your body's still trying, my intestines are still trying to get the waste out, but it can't get through the blockage. So now I'm actually in a pretty good spot, because apparently there's still just a little bit of an opening between where it's blocked, but it doesn't matter, because tomorrow we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of the fistula, which is it's kind of like a tube or a tract that I say the Crohn's made it, and the Crohn's did make it, but it's not only Crohn's creates fistula, but it's a tube, or it's like a little tube going from one spot in my body to another, and mine happens to be going from some point in my intestines to my psoas muscle, which is the large muscle in the right hip. Now, I also have osteoarthritis in my right hip, so you can imagine how painful walking is, which is why I don't do a lot of it right now, which is why getting up out of my bed here has been a chore. Right now I am in a chair, which is about 6 feet, 8 feet from my bed. That's about as far as I can get between here and the bathroom. Yeah. So that's what Crohn's is, and what a fistula is, and what the blockage is. And tomorrow we're going to go in, and sometime later in the day, it's not going to be first thing in the morning, which is really going to suck, but I'm okay with it, because this needs to be done. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Now, my night nurse last night did tell me that there was a chance that when I go to surgery, they're going to move me to a different room. So I do have all of my crap packed away. Aww. I knocked over my spoon. The spoon for my ice chips. And that's how I've been eating my ice chips. Or I'll crunch them. I like crunching them too, but right now I just want the moisture in my mouth. But I've got all my stuff packed up and ready to go. If they do move me, everything's right there together. I cannot drink that Dr. Pepper right now. That's from yesterday. But I've got my crocheting in my lap. My big old ball here. I've got my rings sitting right here, and I will be putting those away later this evening, or right before they come to get me for surgery, because they keep twisting around on my fingers, so I set them there while I'm crocheting. And I've got my glasses out, and that's it, and my phone and charger. And pretty much
much almost all of it I will be putting away right before they take me to surgery, so I'm looking forward to getting it done. And Dr. Barnes did say that recovery is going to look like 2 to 3 days in the hospital, and then I will get to go home, and I'm very happy about that get to go home part. I miss my kids, I miss my animals, I miss being at home. But I mean, that's part of life with Crohn's disease. This, like I said in my first video, I've been begging for this surgery for a year. I've been hurting and begging for this surgery for a year or more now. And the big thing is nobody wants to do things like this because it's a risk. It's major surgery. So it's definitely a risk, and they want to leave it as a last resort because once you start having surgeries, you're not going to stop having surgeries. You're going to have more. It's pretty much guaranteed. And so I knew that and all, but I've been dealing with this pain for over a year. And so they say last resort, but when does it become the last resort? That's the big question, is when is it bad enough that the last resort needs to be considered? Because we've tried everything else. Like, I've tried everything I can think of, and even now, they've got me on some heavy duty pain meds. They've got me on anxiety meds that I need because I keep having panic attacks. But you know, like when I first went to the ER in Cherokee Village last Tuesday and first presented with pain, they put me on the strongest pain medication I know of, which is called Dilaudid, because pain is that severe. I did not ask them for that particular pain medication. I just asked for something to make it stop for a little while so that I could breathe, because it was hurting that bad, and it still hurts really bad. But it's about to stop hurting because I can no longer have anything but clear liquids, so lunch is going to be some kind of broth and juice and maybe iced tea, maybe water. I have no idea. I personally prefer water, but because they're iced tea kind of stinks. It's not sweet at all, and I'm from Arkansas where tea needs to be sweet. And of course they can't make it super sweet because they have to be able to accommodate everybody, and you know, that's just the way it is in a hospital. But I mean, I am really kind of scared for this surgery because, like I said, it is major surgery that I have to take into account. And I'm 33 years old with 3 children that I need to be able to look after. So major surgery is a big deal. But at this point, I'm so tired of chasing this pain that it's unreal. I begged them, I said, please just do it and get it over with. I'm tired of chasing this. I'm tired of trying everything else that doesn't work. Let's get it done. And fortunately, with the obstruction, it made it to where it does need to be done. So they are going to be doing that tomorrow. So clear liquids today. Tomorrow, absolutely nothing by mouth. And I don't know when they will be doing the surgery. They will come and get me when they're ready. I've got everything packed up except for just a couple of things, including my hairbrush that I could put in this bag. Now that's packed up. So that's one less thing I have to grab at the last second. And mostly right now I'm just managing. I'm gonna crochet until I can't crochet anymore, or until this chair gets really uncomfortable and I go lay down and take a nap. Lunch, I will show you lunch when it gets here, but it's not gonna be anything special. It's literally all liquid, all clear, because once they go in, and I'm still not certain if I'm gonna have to do a bowel prep or not. That if I do, that'll be later tonight. But they want everything as clean as possible so that they can see what they're doing, you know. And I know it's a robot-assisted surgery, and I keep joking that the only reason my surgery is on Wednesday is because the doctor wanted to play with the robot. I tease. That is a joke, of course, but it is a robot-assisted surgery, and, you know, robots are cool, and everybody wants to play with the robot. Well, I'm going to have a robot operate on me, which that's going to be wild to me, but I'm not going to know anything about it because I'm going to be asleep for all of it. Right now it looks like I am not going to have an NG tube, which is a tube that they stick through your nose, which goes up down and into your stomach. That's the way it looks right now. I'm not certain about later. It may change. But for now, everything's set and it's pretty boring. And I hope if you have any questions that I haven't already covered the answers to, you will feel free to ask me, and I will. If I know the answer, I'll go ahead and get back to you as quickly as I can. If not, I will try to find an answer for you. Because there's still a lot that I don't know about Crohn's disease. Personally, I don't know what I am and am not allowed to eat dealing with this disease, because so much triggers it. So much causes the inflammation to get worse. I know I can't have tomato. I know I can't have spicy. I'm not supposed to have dairy. I can't have anything that's too greasy. I literally had to buy an air fryer so that I could have foods that were not covered in grease, but I still like the breaded food, you know. So we shall see how it goes. And for now, I'm going to crochet, and I'll talk to you guys when lunch gets here. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you guys what a clear liquid diet consists of right now. We've got some grape juice. We've got, it looks like beef broth. It says chicken, but it looks like beef. We can open that up and find out. Oh, that's totally beef broth, guys. That's not chicken. We have an Ensure Clear, which is just to make sure I keep getting my nutrients, and this one is mixed berry. Hopefully it tastes better than the apple. We've got some strawberry jello, some unsweetened iced tea, and an orange icy, basically is what that is. I hope it tastes better than the lemon one did, because the lemon one was gross, but that's what it is. And I'm going to add that sugar and maybe some of the lemon to my tea, and I'm going to eat my lunch, or, well, drink my lunch, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so I've had lunch. It was vegetable broth, which was really good. For being a broth, it was probably one of the better ones. It wasn't super salty, which I find a lot. I had some strawberry jello. I had an orange icy. Had some, it's iced tea, but it was unsweetened, and they gave me a sugar packet and a lemon packet, and there's You cannot, repeat after me, I don't care if you're from the north or south, you cannot add sugar to cold tea and make it taste good. It don't work that way. The sugar has to dissolve into the tea, and if it's cold, that ain't gonna happen. Anyway, I've had some grape juice, and I had this Ensure Clear, this mixed berry one I had never had before, but I know I did not like the apple juice one, or the apple flavored one, but the mixed berry one is pretty good. And so I completed everything on my tray except for this iced tea, and I'm still gonna try and drink it. It makes me angry. Other than that, I am just sitting and crocheting today, guys. That's all I'm doing. It's working on this thing. It's about 49 clusters in each row. Yes, technically I could go back and fix it and make it 50, but I'm not going to, because that would be a lot to take out and fix, and I don't wanna. I could also take out one extra row and fix it, but again, I'm not going to, because I'm lazy and I don't want to. That's about it for right now. I'm probably going to take a nap here in a little bit, just because there's really nothing else to do. But I will see you guys when something interesting happens, or I have something to say, or dinner comes. And we'll see which broth I get for that one. I will talk to you guys later. Okay, well, I guess something kind of interesting happened. They untethered my IV. They untethered me. So what did I do? I changed my clothes into comfies, for good comfy stuff for tomorrow, because because he was only untethering me until about 3 o'clock, and then I got to go back on the antibiotics. So I cannot shower because I have probes all over there. Hurting. They go to this dude. I'm not completely unhooked, but I can't shower because of the probes, even though I would love to get the sticky stuff off of me. So what did I do? I changed my clothes, and then I sat back down in this chair so that I can crochet some more. And I will show you. My fiance brought this brand new ball of yarn, like totally brand new. He bought it right before he came up. Ball of yarn to me yesterday. Okay. It's almost gone into this blanket. Like, sometimes the speed at which I can crochet amuses me. Like I said, it's about 49 clusters across each row, so I'm getting like a row every 5 minutes, and I've got my little band on, but I took this one off because it keeps sliding around. The band keeps sliding around too, but it's not as annoying as the bigger one, the engagement ring. But yeah, so probably when I complete this ball of yarn, and this is a Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo ball. This is an $8 ball of yarn where we're at for one, and for two, it's like 10 ounces, 482 yards. So it's a big ball of yarn, and I'm almost half done with it already, and I just got it yesterday. But once I complete it, I'll measure this blanket again and see how big it is, and let you know for when something interesting happens. nothing interesting is really happening. There's not a lot going on. It's just clear liquids, crochet, antibiotics, get ready for tomorrow. Like I said, I may be doing bowel prep tomorrow, later this evening, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll find out. My hair is just pulled back in a ponytail, so to keep it out of my face. But that's about it for right now, guys. Okay, so something relatively interesting happened about 1:30-ish. About he hooked me back up to the IV, which you can see, but he hooked it up to my PICC line. PICC line. For some reason, that's a funny word right now. But he hooked it up there instead of to the regular IV, which is pretty cool. I also found out I am crocheting about a row every 13 minutes, 9 seconds, about that is using an average time calculator. And I'm almost done with my ball of gray yarn here. Yeah. And so the nurse, the little student that's shadowing my nurse today, had made a very valid point. What else do I have to do today? So that I spent about an hour or so figuring out how long it takes me to crochet over an average, how long it's taken me to crochet each row. But I digress. And then I tripped over my IV line after the PCT, the patient care tech, needed to get vitals, but he couldn't get his little cart around the bed because the bed is so close to the wall, and it's in an awkward spot, and his little cart has a bucket on it right where he needs it to go to be able to get the cart through. So he needed me in bed for a minute, and that was fine, and we got vitals done and everything. And then I went to get back out of the bed and I tripped over my PICC line. I thought I just about ripped it out of my arm. Thought that I had pulled a cover off because the PICC line has the IV line and the PICC line have covers like this. So, well, there's another one that's sitting on my table, and it's pink. And I knocked this one onto the floor, and I thought I ripped it out of my arm. So there's my moment for the day. But I digress. Still not too much going on. Just lots of antibiotics, lots of fluids, lots of being bored. Waiting for this day to be over so that I can get my IV, or my surgery done tomorrow. And I still don't know what time that'll be, but it will be sometime tomorrow, and I'm very excited for it. Okay, so hot tea that I will not drink, chicken broth, mixed berry, Ensure that I did like a little while ago when I got it before, orange jello and cranberry juice. Not to mention, he just brought in that. That is for my bowel prep. Oh boy. Okay, so some interesting stuff has happened. We have started my bowel prep, kind of, I think pretty much done with it. That consisted of an entire bottle of Miralax in about 5, mixed with about 5 small Gatorades. That was nasty. It was bad. Gatorade came out, Gatorade with mixed with Miralax came out of my nose. Okay? And that's typically no good. But they also did Dulcolax, and I ended up needing Tylenol because my stomach was hurting so bad. I'm still waiting for the poop to start because
that's a part of bowel prep, is you gotta clear it out. And I'm still waiting for that to start. But I did find out that they are going to move me to their surgery hall. And that could be happening at any time. I'm not certain when. I've got all my crap together though, so it's all sitting right together. And mostly now that the Tylenol has kicked in, I'm just kind of tired. So that's all I've got for right now. I'll let you guys know how it all goes when I know something.